What's up, guys? Houston here. Today I'm going to show you all how to get up to $25,000 even if you have bad credit with some of the lenders. Now, one thing I was telling you all in a previous video, there's one place that's actually stopping most of you all from getting a loan, and it has nothing to do with your credit. All right. It's this credit bureau. This credit bureau is the work number. And so with the work number, whenever you apply for a bank loan or a personal loan from a credit union, something like that, and they said we have to go into review, what it is, they will reach out to this work number. And so the work number is going to verify how long you've been on your job, how much you make, okay, your position. So you can actually check here and see what's actually on your work number file, because this is what's keeping people from getting approved for a lot of loans, and they're thinking it's their credit. No, what happened is those banks, they call the work number, and the work number verified what you said, and it was not matching. So that's the reason why they had challenges. Now, I talked about other credit bureaus in my last video, but this here is known for getting a lot of people denied. All right. That being said, let's talk about some of these lenders. Now, the first lender I want to talk about, and this is a tribal lender, it's a direct tribal lender. Okay. This is Credit Cube. All right. So if you're looking for some cash and you have bad credit, you may have you may be in early warning systems or check systems, so you can't go to a credit union and stuff. So Credit Cube may be one that may be able to help you. And as you can see here, here's some FAQ, so you don't have to go guessing how much can I borrow. They offer from 200 up to $5,000. Okay, and so again, $5,000 may not be a lot of money for you. However, you may have somebody that needs money urgently, that needs to pay a bill, and you can help them with what is required to apply for the loan. And so here's the basics. All right. What should you do? Now, here's the interesting thing: live in a state we service. This is another thing that can stop people from getting approved. So, with them, they actually will tell you all the states that they actually approve. All right. Now, looking at this, in which states, I guess it's all the green. So the other states do not, they do not offer loans too. And I'll tell you something else about this here lender, Credit Cube. What most people are not aware of with Credit Cube, they're going to use third party credit bureaus as well. So you don't have to worry about the major credit bureaus. All right. So this is something that I would definitely check out. This is the first loan. Then let's talk about this is Reprise Financial. Now, with Reprise Financial, they give you up to $25,000. Okay. And then here's the interesting thing: like, say that you're a sole proprietor, like if you're self employed, they will not accept self employed as a primary income. Okay. How do you get around that? Well, I'll tell you how to get around it. If you are self employed and you don't have a registered business, this is where we can come in. We can actually set you up a registered business. Then you can actually have the business paying you a salary. And then by you having the business pay you a direct salary, now you'll qualify for more loans that way. So we actually help with that. So if you need help with that, and if you have bad credit, another thing, by you having a registered business that's actually paying you, then you don't have to worry about the bad credit in order to get approved for loans, because they're going to be looking at the performance of the actual business instead of your credit. Okay. So that's the thing about it. Um, like I said, you can see here they go from 2,500 up to 25,000. So that's how much you can borrow. Again, they're not going to do a hard pull on the credit. Okay, you can actually do a soft pull. Okay, so to see if you actually qualify, right? So here it is. It talks about the soft pull inquiries and stuff, just so you can confirm what I'm saying. Now, some people may not like, because with these financial institutions, their interest rate may be a little higher than your traditional banks and credit unions. So when they're higher than your traditional banks and credit unions, again, there's something else I wanted to tell you all, and I want you to pay attention to this. I'm sorry to interject like that, but there's something else with these type of lenders. Okay, when there are financial loans, okay, what happens? You can have up to usually about two of these here loans, and if you go over that, sometimes banks will disqualify you for their traditional loan or line of credit. Now, here's another thing. If you're rebuilding your credit, okay, and you have these here type of high finance loans, they're called a CFA, consumer finance account, on your file. The banks sometimes will penalize you for that as well. So if you're trying to get a loan from the bank and you have these type of loans on your credit and you have multiple loans on there, this may be the challenge that's stopping you from getting approved from the banks. Okay, even if you have a relationship with them. So that's something you need to check out. All right, but here's the qualification: need ID, active checking account. Now, here's something else that people end up having to deal with, is because most people that may have challenging credit trying to get a loan, they may be in check systems or they may be in early warning system. Well, here's how you get around that. You can go to your local community bank or your local credit union, or even some of your major banks. They started doing it. They're giving you second chance accounts. Now, all you can do is bank transactions and stuff. You can't overdraw it like you used to do with your regular checking account. However, a lot of banks, if they see that you are working with Plaid or Decision Logic with your checking account and stuff like that, it makes it much easier for them to make a faster decision on if they actually want to approve you. So if you're in early warning systems or check system, go get a secondary account. Now, I'm not saying that they will not accept Chime. Okay, I'm not saying that. But I'm telling you, you will have a better chance of approval if you was working with a traditional lender. All right, that's something that you have to keep in mind. Now, another lender is Universal Credit. Okay, now with Universal Credit, as you can see here, you can do a soft pull, but the thing about it, you can see here they go from 1,000 up to 50,000. Now, let me tell you something else about these here lenders. All right, with these here lenders, granted, they will work with a 560, 580 credit score. However, the credit file is what makes the difference. And what I mean by that, the aging of the credit file. Most of these lenders, they want to see the aging of the credit file is at least 2 years old. They want to see at least one or two accounts on it in order to be approved. Not always, but most of these here fintech type of companies, they want to see that. Now, also, that being said, Universal Credit, they actually use Upstart's platform to qualify you. Okay. And so just keep in mind, if you have multiple loans already, you're going to have a higher chance of denial. So if you have over two loans on your credit file already, again, you can be pushing yourself into denial, all right, for them to deny you. So, again, if they deny you, it's not because of the credit score. More likely, it's because you either have multiple loans out, okay? It has nothing to do with the DTI. And the reason I say that is because they will give you a loan up to 70%. Up to 70%, they will give you a loan. Okay. So that's the reason why I'm telling you this. All right. Now, again, if you guys need help uh, restoring your credit, removing negative items off the credit. Schedule a one-on-one consultation because we do tell you exactly what to do. We actually can put the letters together for you and send the letters over to you, and you can send them out on your own behalf. And we do also have an expedited service as well. But at the same time, I just wanted to give you guys some resources in terms of you trying to get up to $25,000 in funding. These are probably going to be your best strategy and resources in order to qualify. All right. So I hope this helps you, and I'll see you in the next video.